Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Bird Garden Channel Bird Talk Show. We've got a lot to talk about today. It's going to be fantastic chatter about easy bird watching. Some of the easiest I've done in my life happened last week in the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas. Got a couple of people showing up early for this live stream. Thank you, guys. S is first on my screen. Congratulations. Let me get into live chat to make sure that's accurate. And yes, it is. We've got S here, number one. Canestio Valley Cichlids here, just for the bumper match for an auction between Matt and Ian. Well, I'm all up for that too. We'll get started on that sooner rather than later today. We've been off the air for a couple of weeks because of easy bird travel. My wife and I did. We left on a Tuesday and got back on a Wednesday night, which meant the following Wednesday night. So we missed 2 live streams. I missed you guys. It's good to be back. And man, I thought maybe I could go live remotely, and it just didn't work out. Here's why. When you get out there bird watching, it's especially in the Rio Grande Valley, Texas, where we were, it's so exciting. I mean, it was like 80 degrees, warm temperatures. Fantastic birds. I mean, great kiskadee, green jay. Just hearing the names, you get the idea. These were phenomenal birds, and it was difficult to stop bird watching and start taking pictures as the photographer. I talk about that a little bit in the overview video that I posted. You can check that out after the live stream. The Rio Grande Valley Birding Festival video. We also included a visit to SpaceX. Really cool stuff. So that's the reason we've not been around for a couple of weeks. And Wednesdays at 1 o'clock, I think, is our time. I like it. Maria Z is back. Daniel is back. Great to see you guys. We're going to continue to do a content-rich bird talk show so that we can leave the live stream up as video content, even for replay people who aren't able to take or participate in the live chat. So that's been working out pretty well. I enjoy doing it that way. We can host a 1-hour show and talk about the various aspects of my favorite hobby of bird watching. And I share it in a nature watching kind of perspective. So if you're not a birder, you can still have a nice, enjoyable moment of your day with us here on the Bird Garden Channel. Stephen P. 2003 Aquartics is here. Congratulations on your recent milestone of 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube platform. I know that's very meaningful and how much work is involved in achieving that, and you did it. Good job. Well done. And I'm glad you're here in the Bird Garden Talk Show today, the Bird Garden Bird Talk Show, that is. So, Rio Grande Valley Rio Grande Valley Birding Festival in Harlingen, Texas, happened last week. I was there. I was a participant and loved it. And it was, man, a perfect segue in our easy series to talk about easy birding. So the thing about birding festivals is it takes a group of people to organize, and a small army may be a better description. But once they get the thing organized, the birds are already there. They're not importing birds. They're not releasing birds. They're native birds occurring naturally. Typically, with so many bird watchers in the field, not only do you see these regulars, but you also see some vagrants, birds that aren't typically there, but for whatever reason have decided to visit the area. And that causes a real stir. Actually, I got to see one of those while we were in Texas. I found it before the group did. And that's like a special mark, it's like a ribbon on a soldier's uniform, the finder. My wife was able to do the same thing with a different bird. So she got a vagrant that she found for the group. I got a vagrant that I found for the group. And that's just a little niche extra, okay? That's the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake. doesn't have to happen in order for it to be, 100% success. But when it does, it's kind of cool. So that happened for us, and it was kind of cool. And so, what makes leaving the mountains of East Tennessee and going all the way to the floor of Texas? I mean, literally, I'm going to jump right to this part. We were on the border, okay? Toe and the Rio Grande River, all right? Across the river, Mexico. Not a big river, smaller than the river we used to live on when we had the River Life YouTube channel. Some of you remember that. You don't have to raise your voice to say hello to your neighbor in Mexico. So the river, it doesn't flow in a straight line. So it twists and turns. And the place that we visited as bird watching hotspot was a place in the river. If you can follow my air drawing with my pencil finger, the river had turned north and then west, and then an arcing northeast turn, making this peninsula up here. Well, we were right under the peninsula, right? Skinny River. So in between, so we have United States, river, Mexico, river, United States. So this peninsula meant that even though we were in the United States, never left the United States, the way the river was shaped, we were looking north into Mexico. We were looking north across the Rio Grande into Mexico, which meant we were south of the border. Pretty cool. After I got my head wrapped around it, it was like, okay, yeah, that's going to be a story that I share. I'm going to take a minute or two to share that because I just had never considered that before. I was south of the border without being out of the United States. Anyway, that happened at a place of private property that's open to the public as a campground, and it's called Rocket Ranch. Because of its close proximity to SpaceX. And the owner told us that he had viewing platforms. Whenever there's a launch, he'll take a group out, and you're less than a mile from the launch site. So he's got an observation deck built. Very safe, very comfortable. You can watch a rocket launch from the grounds there at Rocket Ranch. I think he also has a website. You can check that out if you're into that kind of thing. He's a rocket buff, so he had pieces of spaceships and orbital craft. It's just kind of a theme, kind of more like a garden museum, a piece here, a piece there, and you didn't really know what it was. It's all new. He hasn't got it labeled yet. You need to kind of have him escort you to tell you where that piece is and when it was in space and where it was found, how he got it. Neat stuff, just pretty neat stuff. From Rocket Ranch, we did drive on down. The group field trip went to Boca Chica. Boca Chica is the home of SpaceX. So we went to the end of Boca Chica Road at the beach, and we looked at the beach birds, the gulls and the terns and the shorebirds and the wading birds. Had a blast. I mean, blast off and blast. I guess that's why that's on my mind. But there are pictures in the video, if you'll watch the overview video, of bird watchers, binoculars, scopes, and then over their heads a rocket, an orbital class rocket, just right over their shoulder. So you drive down Boca Chica Road, and I mean, SpaceX is right there. Like there's no shoulder. It's real sandy. You're going to a beach. It's like road, SpaceX. And there's two rockets out on the launch pad. I don't know, what are they? Falcon Heavy? Go watch the video. Tell me, comment in the video. Let me know what they are. But it was it was fantastic bonus to a bird watching trip to Boca Chica Beach. And the theme today, this bird talk is about easy birding. You heard me say we're on a van. Yeah, so this army of volunteers, some paid professionals, and mostly concerned community birders hosted this Rio Grande Valley Birding Festival, maybe the 25th year. Did I hear that right? I stand to be corrected. So all we had to do was pay our registration fee, select the field trips. There was a charge for the field trips, and then show up, get on the provided transportation with the guides, plural guides, and go look at some awesome birds. So they drove us there, helped us off of the transportation, showed us the birds, told us what they were, helped us back on the transportation, took us back to the convention center. Um, it doesn't get any easier than that unless you watch the bird garden 24/7 bird feeding station. And then all you have to do is turn on YouTube. And there we are. And this morning, by the way, we had red-headed woodpecker, purple finch, hairy woodpecker, Carolina wren, Carolina chickadee, tufted titmouse, 3 bluebirds at one time, eastern bluebird, a downy woodpecker, mourning dove, several northern cardinals, um, song sparrow, white crowned sparrow. It was a very busy morning. Why? Look in the upper right corner when you go to our 24/7 live stream. It was saying crazy things like 24 degrees Fahrenheit. Whew. So those birds were burning energy just trying to stay warm. They didn't have to be flying around. It's about 49, 50 out there right now. They are balmy compared to this morning. So anyway, that might be a little easier than going thousands of miles, spending thousands of dollars to look at birds in South Texas. But as far as being in the field goes, once you get yourself down there, and the convention center is the site of the festival, you get out of your bed, you get on the bus, you go to the birds, you get back on the bus, you come back to the convention center. That's pretty easy. So generally, and I'm gonna check into chat here in just a second. I see you guys chatting. I appreciate that. Generally, I'm pretty good at one of my favorite, 3 of my favorite things, right? And probably yours too. Good, easy, and cheap. I like those things. And generally, I'm pretty good about getting 2 out of the 3. I mean, you get 3 out of 3, that's a unicorn in my experience. But you can usually, if you shop around, you can get 2 out of 3. So I'm going to tell you that the birding festival birding, and the Rio Grande Valley Birding Festival included, it is definitely good and above, better than good. It is definitely easy. And I'm going to say I mean, it's not cheap from any measure. It's not cheap. It's reasonable. It's affordable even. And depending on your travel budget, your vacation budget, which, by the way, when I say reasonable and affordable, this is definitely a vacation for my wife and I. This isn't, hey, let's go get some content for the YouTube channel, kind of work, play. This is vacation. So it fit our vacation budget. It's something we wanted to do. We like to do. We've done it in other states. We love travel birding as a vacation. So in that regard, definitely not cheap, but certainly affordable. Do I recommend that you as a viewer consider going to the Rio Grande Birding Festival? Yes. No, without reservation. I recommend, if you want to go to a birding festival, you want to do some nature watching, that's a great birding festival. Also, butterflies, it's like a subtropical environment down there. So the butterflies off the chart, the native blooms, I mean, they don't know it's winter. It's 85 degrees in Harlingen. They don't know it's winter. Butterflies and blooms everywhere. Birds all over the place. We saw alligators, turtles, lizards, mammals. I mean, if you want a nature watching vacation, I can recommend the Rio Grande Valley Birding Festival. And the birds, if you want to get in touch with some really cool birds, there are some Texas specialties that's what they're called, Texas specialties, that are only in South Texas at that Rio Grande Valley. You won't see them anywhere else in the United States. You can go to Mexico, South America, Central America, and see a lot of them. But if you want to see them in the United States, I mentioned a couple. The green jay, great kiskadee. It might range west to southern Arizona, but southern Texas is the easiest place to see it. Buff-bellied hummingbird, plain chachalaca, Altamira Oriole. And man, can't you just hear the colors when I say those names? You should watch the video that we released, the Rio Grande Valley overview. Rio Grande Valley Birding Festival. It's the last feature-length video on the Bird Garden channel. I have another video from the trip. It will release on Saturday at 9 a.m. And then I have another video uploaded for the following Saturday at 9 a.m. So that's my goal. I have to pick up my pen, excuse me. My goal is to release these birding festival videos on Saturday at 9 a.m. with a live stream Wednesdays at 1. Thank you again for being here. We've got a growing group. Rico Stan, my brother, I see you in here. We've been exchanging messages today. Barakanu, hello there. Probably butchered that name, but great to see you. Love that peach face lovebird avatar there. Geek Boy, welcome aboard. Barb D, is that a chipping sparrow? Have I asked you that before? Science Gal is here. Carrie, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If I recall talking to you at aquarium festivals, Carrie, you too are a bird lover. So we got a good group in here. We're talking about easy birding. Get yourself to a birding festival. Go to the host hotel or convention center. Sign up for the field trips. Then wake up in the morning, get on the bus, go see the birds, get back on the bus, come back to it. And I'm telling you, these birding conventions, they don't happen where they're hoping to see some birds. They happen where the birds already are. And if you think about it, birds are everywhere. You've never been to a place without birds. And correct me if I'm wrong, there may be someone here from Antarctica. I don't think there's birds in Antarctica. I think the penguins are at the other pole. But Barb D confirms, yes, that's a chipping sparrow. We had those in the summer, and we had juveniles, so they nested in the area. Beautiful little bird, red cap, clear-breasted, small, diminutive in comparison to the other sparrows out there. I love that bird. Yeah, so the specialty birds that you want to see typically will help you define which birding festival you want to go to. Now, the last time my wife and I went to southern Arizona, we were able to identify 12 different species of hummingbirds. 12 species of hummingbirds. And there were a couple more in the area that we weren't fortunate enough to see. That is a lot of diversity of hummingbirds, and they're all gorgeous. And so, if you've ever seen a hummingbird, you'll understand what I'm about to say. The iridescence of the hummingbird is hidden until the light hits it just right. Well, the hummingbird, even the way it feeds, as it hovers, it twists and turns. So chances are, if you see a hummingbird, it's going to get in the right light while you're viewing it. They don't just land and perch and leave. Usually there's a lot of motion. So that is, now that I'm skipping ahead. While I was doing easy birding, I also picked up a couple of courses at this birding festival, excuse me. And I learned how to improve my digiscoping, that is using digital equipment, namely a phone, and that's my beautiful wife, namely a phone and as the digital camera and a piece of magnifying equipment, either a binocular or a scope. So I bought some equipment that would help me do that. And when you watch that video, you'll see a couple of clips that are amazing. And you'll know, oh, he learned how to do that in that class he was talking about. So yeah, we're gonna now be part photographer. In the past, I've been 100% bird watcher, and if I needed to get a proof of life photograph of a rare bird, or if it was convenient and I wanted to grab some footage so I can make a video, that's how we rolled. And then, of course, here in the bird garden, we've got several cameras stationed to do that. But I don't have to man the camera and stop birding to be a photographer. That changed. So I'm still a birder predominantly and first and foremost. But as we travel, now that I have better equipment, better knowledge, better training, we're going to be capturing some better video for you guys to see as we release videos about bird watching, in particular the travel bird watching. I think I've mentioned it. This is episode 5 of the Bird Talk Show. I think I've mentioned before we are compiling now videos of our travel birding on the Bird Garden channel that probably, I'm no promises. I'm not going to be shamed or disappointed myself if this doesn't come to fruition, But probably we're going to break that playlist of videos, travel birding, into another YouTube channel, the Rat Cross Birding Trail. That will be not backyard birding, not attracting birds to your backyard certified habitat. That will be travel birding. And it will be probably a vlog style. There'll be some excellent video. That's why I took the courses, took the time out of birding in South Texas to sit down in a classroom and learn a few things. Yeah, so we can do that and have awesome footage of birds, do some local community stuff, interview some of the players. Now watch this video. This is a little different. The video that we released, I interview a beginning bird watcher, a bird guide, a vendor, economic development person, just to truly emphasize that birders have a positive impact wherever they go. There's an info poster in the video that talks about a $40 million impact per year for one festival in Ohio. And as a birder, I'll just say you're welcome. And so this festival we just came from is located in Harlingen, Texas, with all of the vendors there. Okay. Birding optics are not inexpensive. You can get some affordable ones. I've worn out more pairs of binoculars than I can remember that cost me less than $100. And there was not a thing wrong with them other than with abusive use. That was my fault. They will wear out. That you don't get the durability. You know what? They were good and they were cheap. They're not easy to keep in service. So anyway, point is, there were lots of affordable optics sold through vendor booths at this festival, and there were a lot of high-end optics. So the birders, when you go to a birding festival, chances are you're not looking for your first pair of binoculars. So the majority of optic vendors were higher end optic vendors, and we're talking about paying tax on optics that cost a lot of money, and that tax being collected by the city of Harlingen and staying in the local community as sales tax. I watched the vendors sell things. I know that birders were buying. I'm a birder, and my wife's a birder. We bought things at the show and paid sales tax. There was a tremendous impact at the vendor show on that floor. I also know that the festival didn't sponsor any meals. They didn't provide it, so meals were on your own. So every time you ate, this whole community of birders were going out into Harlingen for supper, for lunch, for breakfast, 3 meals a day, flying into airports in the area, renting cars. Just to put words on it, all common sense. I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. Just putting words on it that had a positive economic impact on the community, and we're nature lovers. We didn't litter. We respected the people. We're curious about their community culture. We wanted to know more about who they were. Great group of people to have there. Now, saying that out loud, almost exactly like the people that I met at Aquashella, the aquatic experience. Nature lovers, nature watchers, just the positive impact, care about the environment and all of the life that the environment supports. I mean, bird watching and keeping fish hand in glove. I've said it before. There it is again. And now, as promised, I am just going to scan through the chat here, see if we're missing any questions. If I happen to run across a name I don't recognize from earlier, I'll try to say hello. Don't be upset if I miss your name. Color Guppies, hello. I'm just scanning the chat. Killer Kitty, Heidi. Heidi ho. Dee Dee's finned in. Hello, how are you? Okay. And I'm going to look over here on the pop-out chat and see if anybody asks a question. Daniel Velez says, okay, he wants to get an auction started. Let's do that. Oh, yeah, we're at the 25-minute mark. We'll go ahead and do that. We're going to do an auction today. I'm going to help out the channel. I've got a beautiful piece of art here from the Betaverse series. It's called Splendid Blue. Splendid Blue from the Betaverse series is a 4x6 canvas board. And we always start the auctions at $10. $10 includes free shipping. Free shipping. We get the $15. I throw in a free easel. Okay, an easel to display your artwork on. So we do have a bid because Daniel Velez had to leave, but he left a standing bid of $20. So we're at $20. That will include free shipping and a free easel. And we can increase that bid by $1 increments. The winner will be the highest bid, the highest bid that I see on my screen at the end of the auction, which I'll tell you, I'm in the auction now, and boom, there it is. And we'll settle up within 24 hours on my PayPal, ratcross@gmail.com, and you'll leave your shipping address at PayPal. Please select friends and family method so that you pick up the extra few cents of fees there. I pick up the postage, free shipping. If you click the wrong thing there, and you hit goods and services, and get a fee charge, probably I'll just refund your money. Okay, and the way that we bid, yeah, Daniel's in there at $15. I did see another bid. I think it was $15 from Stephen P. But we're up to 20, and we're increasing by $1 increments. And the way that you bid is you use a dollar sign and a number bigger than 20. That's how we bid on this auction. That's how I know I accept it. If it's just a number or the dollar sign somewhere else, then that's confusing. Just to eliminate confusing, we do a dollar sign and a number currently bigger than 20. So let's go ahead and close out this auction. Are there any? We got a room full of people, 13 people watching. Yeah, we're going to close this auction out at the 30-minute mark. We're at 28:34 right now, so about a minute and a half. We got Canestio Valley Cichlids in at $21. The bid is now $21 for the Splendid Blue Betaverse. Canestio Valley Cichlids saying, Daniel, if you want to hit and run, you don't win the auction because I'm here to clean house in your absence. So Canestio Valley Cichlids just knocked Daniel Velez out the door, locked the door behind him, used duct tape on the inside. He's not coming back in. And let's see, we got Adkins Nature Aquarium. Everyone's looking for Matt, but we do have a bid, and we've got 1 minute left. We're closing in. We're going to close her down. The highest bid that I see is going to win. And I'm looking at my screen right here. It's actually the StreamYard screen. It may be different on your chat, may be different on YouTube chat. I always monitor the StreamYard chat to see what is the highest bid. Now's the time. We got 20 seconds. It takes a minute for that to process. If you're thinking of bid, do it now. Make your last highest bid right now as the final seconds tick away for Splendid Blue Betaverse Series painting. We're going down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sold. That's it. The auction's over. The winner is Canestio Valley Cichlids at $21. Thank you so much, Canestio Valley cichlids. If you will, hit me up at my PayPal rackcross@gmail.com. Include your shipping address and select the friends and family method. I'll get that out to you right away. Thank you so much for helping out the Bird Garden channel. That is how we do it. Now, with the auction going, and that does help, especially coming back from a birding festival that is awesome. It is good and it is easy, but it is not cheap. I really appreciate your support of bidding in the art auction today. That said, let's see what we have here. I've got a couple of things. I'm going to call them grab bags. Grab bags. Hey, Fish Tropic, what's going on? Welcome. We're doing the bill paying here at the 30-minute mark. I got a grab bag here. This is an envelope, and there's something in it. It's a pig and a poke. No promises, no warranty. If you want it, we make a deal on the pig and a poke. You're helping out the channel. You'll get something for doing that. Thank you very much. This grab bag can be yours for $10, includes shipping. You hit me up at my PayPal rackcross@gmail, $10. Leave your shipping address in PayPal and say, hey, I want the $10 grab bag. You'll get this. And there are actually, I have a few. So first come, first serve on a $10 grab bag. Something's in there. No promises, no warranty, definitely no returns. Thank you for your consideration. If we run out of these, you guys go nuts and call your friends and say, hey, get over there and get that $10 grab bag. We run out, there'll be refunds made. You'll get your money back or you'll get a grab bag. Now, maybe the amazing drawing racking. That's good. Release the racking. Now, maybe, a $21 painting or a $10 grab bag. Too rich? No problem. No problem. You like to help out, but I don't want to help out that much. I get it. Maybe you'd like a $5 grab bag. There is something in here. Okay? Something is in here. It's not empty. And I'll send it to you if you want a $5 grab bag. All right? No warranties, no promises, definitely no returns. You want to help out the channel? I'll send you a little something for your effort. Thank you very much. That's rackcross@gmail on PayPal. Leave your shipping address, select the friends and family method, and we'll make a trade. I'll give you a grab bag. You give me $5. Say you want, hey, Audra Mayer. I guess that's Meyer. Sorry, Audra Meyer. Yeah, so $5 grab bag, $10 grab bag. Something's in there. Something. And today's piece of art, Splendid Blue, Bedding Universe Series. Canestio Valid Cichlids, winner of today's auction. He'll also get, he will get a free easel to display their desk art, which I hope brings you a lot of happiness. It does me. I love these things. It makes me happy to look at those things. All right, that 20 people watching, thank you guys for being here. We are working toward having the channel monetized as a YouTube partner. We've got over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you if you're one of those. If you're not, you're invited to participate with us in that way. And we are in search of about 2,500 viewing hours to reach the minimum requirement of becoming a monetized YouTube channel. In the meantime, we're auctioning some art and offering grab bags to monetize our own channel. And nothing wrong with a little work. Nothing wrong with it at all. Not opposed. Patty Cakes. Patty's Petite Tanks. That's what that's in reference to. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Such a wonderful crowd. I'm glad all of you are here. I started mentioning in videos that if you like the content, hit the like button. So maybe somebody's mentioned that in chat. If you have, thank you very much. If you haven't, I'll mention it. If you hit the like button, it says, hey, creator, I like what you're doing. Keep it up. Here's a little encouragement. Doesn't cost you anything. It goes a long way. Thank you so much. But it's also picked up by the algorithm. And it says, hey, this channel, Bird Garden channel, and this genre, pets and animals, in particular bird watching, they've got some good engagement going on with their viewers. The algorithm likes engagement. And if you like the style of content and you hit the subscribe button, I suggest you do, that really weighs in with the algorithm and says, people are caring enough about this particular channel on this genre, on this platform of YouTube, that we may want to consider promoting it outside of the genre to see if there's anybody else who's interested in this content. It means quite a bit to the algorithm. And then for you personally, if you hit that icon, the bell icon beside the subscribe button, then you get a little notification anytime that we produce new content, and that includes anytime we use the community tab. And I've been pretty regular on the community tab, including polls and pictures for captions and special announcements, early announcements. So you also get a notification from anything we post on the community tab, which is cool. Now, all of that to say, if the algorithm gets behind us and starts promoting the channel, it's also promoting what we talk about: birds, environment, fish. And when we help the environment, we're helping. And I'm not trying to be green wing, but they're, common sense. If we love fish, we'll love where they live, and we'll want to make sure they live okay. Same with the birds. So if we help grow this genre on YouTube by clicking the clicks, clickety click click, we're helping the environment, and it doesn't cost us anything. So it's a feel good if you're into that kind of thing. Maybe you're not, like, I don't do clicks. Okay, that's okay. And no shame here. Just pointing out some mutual benefits, how many wins there are along the lines when you engage. You're already here. Obviously, you got a computer, you're chatting. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Boom. Win, win, win. Everybody wins. Okay, that is wow, what a long-winded commercial. You guys are fantastic. We only lost about a fourth of you. So thanks to the 16 that stayed. You guys are awesome, and you rock. I appreciate the support. We're going to keep going. We're at the 38-minute mark. We're going to go for 60 minutes like we usually do. We're talking about easy bird watching. I did a couple of field trips at the Rio Grande Valley Birding Festival that actually had easy in the title. Look at this worksheet. Man, before we left, that's homework. I printed that off. I worked it over. I looked it over, worked it over, reworked it over, and picked out the very best field trips for us. So here's a couple that start with the word easy. You see that? Easy, not less. And they're for a couple of parks, okay? Easy, not less. Because, good, easy, cheap. They want you to know, well, you're going to pay for that field trip, but it includes a cart service. So these state parks and national wildlife refuges, they have these golf carts with like a tram that they pull. You may have seen something similar at resorts or amusement parks with large parking lots. You can get on the tram and ride. Same thing. So if you're trying to gather content for a YouTube channel and you're using more than your phone, maybe you're using binoculars and a scope, which requires a tripod, and a camera, which requires a tripod. That's a lot to go to the field with, if you can imagine. So I chose a couple of these easy, not less trips so I could load all of that stuff on the tram and be transported from one birding location to the next throughout the park. And it was amazing, okay? That put the E in easy for birding. Riding on that tram through the park, and it's South Texas. The weather was warm, the terrain was flat, the trails were well kept. Walking would not have been a problem unless you needed a pack mule to carry all your gear. And you don't. If you're doing easy birding, take yourself out there. Get a pair of binoculars. Highly recommend binoculars. You can wear them on a harness, keep the pressure off your neck, and not bad walking with binoculars. A scope, 2 scopes, camera, tripods. It gets a little bulky. I don't know if I recommend all of that. But anyway, easy birding. And then when we got there, well, I mean, I've told you green jay, right? Let me see if I can find a picture. It's like grandchildren. I might have a picture here. Here's a picture of a green jay. And this bird lives in the United States. It looks like it escaped from a zoo, right? That's a tropical looking bird, if I've ever seen a tropical looking bird. Green jay. And it comes to feeders down there in South Texas, just like our blue jay does up here in East Tennessee. That is a gorgeous bird. Holy cow. Adkins Nature and Aquarium says, I love the art I still have wrapped up and I'm giving to Cat on Christmas. Merry Christmas, Cat. I hope you enjoy that. And says, yeah, I got a bunch of extra cool stuff with the art too. Well, you may not. If you do, it's a gift. I'm not selling any extras. When you bid on the art, you bid on the art. I'm giving you the easel and maybe some other stuff for free. But the cost is for the art, not the extra stuff. And that was a green jay. And this, you heard me talk about this place. All right. There's your logo for Rocket Ranch there in Boca Chica. But I wanted to show you also a great kiskadee, because it's like maybe North America's largest flycatcher. Oh my gosh, that bird's pretty. See how wide its beak is at the base? That's typical of the flycatchers. Yeah, so when they open their mouth, they've got more of a fly trap. Great kiskadee and green jay. Now here's a bird I like to say has a rock and roll haircut. Do you agree? Do you think so? The first time I told my wife the name of this bird, she thought I was pulling her leg. This bird's name is the Crested Caracara. I guess it's a little unique. Crested Caracara. It's in the falcon group. And then if you live in East Tennessee, you're very familiar with the belted kingfisher. Rests on tree branches, dives in the water for minnows. Pretty cool. Well, in South Texas, turns out they've got a green kingfisher. And that dude, holy cow, there he is. He's very small. He's about half the size of our belted kingfisher. So cool. You see his head is green? This is so distant. There's a lot of atmosphere between the camera and the bird. But that's an Altamira falcon. The Altamira falcon is endangered. And that apparatus he's resting on, that was part of a hacking station where they took young chicks and raised them in that thing and then released them, and they still come back to it. It's like home. So that was an endangered species we got to see down there in South Texas. That's the only place you're going to see that bird, the Altamira falcon, in the United States. So it took 2 trips out to Laguna Atascosa. So of the easy birding, that one was the most difficult. Took 2 trips. But I mean, highway, parking lot. Okay? Drive down the highway, turn the parking lot. See if it's there or not. Still easy. Easy birding. Birding festivals. Check it out. You can Google right now birding festivals, and a bunch will come up. As a matter of fact, they're doing another one in South Texas in February. Is that right? Yeah. Corpus Christi, maybe. Which I used. My wife had never seen a whooping crane, so she got to see an endangered species for the first time. In addition to the falcon, she saw the whooping crane. And they hang out up around Corpus Christi, over in Aransas National Wildlife Refuge and Port Aransas, a little closer to Corpus Christi. That's where we were able to see the whooping cranes. So we flew into Corpus Christi, drove down to Harlingen, then drove back up, saw the whooping cranes, and spent the night. And we're close to the airport. Next time, since we've seen the whooping cranes, we'll probably figure out a flight all the way to McAllen International Airport, which is the next town. I think it's the next town west of Harlingen, 10, 12, 15 miles maybe. And then we'll be in the central Rio Grande Valley. By the way, language lesson at the 46-minute mark. Those of you who are hanging around, 16 of you, thank you very much. Free education alert. We see on maps, United States maps, the Rio Grande River. But when you get down into South Texas, they don't say Rio Grande River, they say Rio Grande. And the reason is, apparently, Rio means river, Spanish, and Grande means big. So if you translated Rio Grande River into English, what you're actually saying is river, big river. So instead of saying Rio Grande River and being redundant, they just say Rio Grande if they've got their Spanish hat on, Spanish accent. I don't care. I'm not a stickler for pronunciation. I've got a Southern accent, and I grew up in the Appalachians. I've been arguing dialects, since I was able to use words. I'm over it. Say it how you like to say it, and I'm with you. You're right. You're right. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. Just means you're right. Okay, checking in. Dar is here. Hello, Dar. Do you like that green jay? And the great Kiskadee. They also have a cool bird down there. It's brown. Reminds me of a small turkey with less coloration. It's called a plain chachalaca because it's plain. It's brown. It's big. It's like a chicken with a long tail. Plain chachalaca. Everyone likes to say chachalaca. And in my video about the festival, we interviewed a bird guide down there. Actually, she has a YouTube channel. It's Bird Chick. So Bird Chick says that that's one of her favorite birds. The plain chachalaca, the lesser known cousin of the boom chachalaca. Oh my. Oh, bird jokes, right? Okay, I'm not seeing any questions or highlighted things. Osprey is a raptor. It's a water raptor. I don't think it's a buteo. I don't think it's an accipiter. Maybe Osprey is in a class of itself, of hawks, not a falcon. Okay, they look like blue jays in shape. That's true, Fish Tropic. Atkins Nature Aquarium says that's a cool bird. Okay, all right, we've covered a lot of ground, actually, because I went nonstop for the first 30 minutes talking about how easy bird watching in South Texas was. Do you have any questions about bird watching in South Texas, about the birds that we saw, the places that we went? And if you're watching this on the replay, please include those questions in the comments. I'll answer those as quickly as possible. And I get a notification if you leave a comment. So the comments don't go unnoticed. We read those. My phone has locked up. I was looking for another picture. I wanted to show you SpaceX. Would you like to see some SpaceX photographs? Here we go. Technology is a wonderful thing. You just have to outsmart it. SpaceX, that's an Elon Musk organization, and they're sending rockets into space, bringing them back, landing them, relaunching them. Pretty cool business. And they park them very close to the street. I was surprised. This is from the van, okay? Here's a picture from the van. We're just driving down Boca Chica Road, And right over there is SpaceX. And they've got a couple of rockets out there. Now, my other favorite birding festival is the Space Coast, Florida Birding Festival, which I go to Kennedy Space Center on my right, Canaveral National Seashore ahead, and Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge at my left at one particular intersection. And I'm at that intersection over a dozen times over the course of the birding festival. That close, that many times to Kennedy Space Center. I've never seen a rocket that close. You can see it's flat down there also at Cape Canaveral. You can see them over there, but you don't see them that close. That was pretty cool life experience. SpaceX rockets. The building right by the road labeled Starbase. You can see the Starbase building. People with Teslas were pulling over, having their picture made, getting selfies with them in their car and Starbase on the building behind them. It was quite an attraction. This is a piece of equipment. I'm not sure. It's a tracked vehicle. A crane of some sort. Any SpaceX fans here? Okay, here's a picture. Here's a picture of bird watchers on the beach. And yep, that's a rocket right there behind them. We're just down there on the beach watching birds, and there just happens to be a rocket behind us. Those guys in the red caps there, they are guides, paid professional guides. Pretty awesome to have them with us. They were great people too. I enjoyed all of our guides. Here's a distant picture. If you want to see a better one, watch the video. That's the Altamira Oriole. That's the South Texas specialty. It takes your breath away when you see it in real life. It's a gasper. Oh, wow. Hey, Daniel, the auction's over. I'm sorry to inform you that you didn't win. You had a great strategy, but wasn't strong enough. You got outbid. And then we did list a couple of grab bags. If you're interested in the grab bag, we've got a $5 grab bag, no guarantees, no warranties, no promises, definitely no returns. You want to help the channel out, $5, ratcross at Gmail on PayPal. Leave your shipping address. Tell me you want the $5 grab bag. I'll pay the shipping. Choose friends and family option. And we have a $10 grab bag. Something's in there. You don't know what. It's a blind grab. You want to help the channel out, you get something in return. Same PayPal option, $10 grab bag with your shipping address. It is 54-minute mark. I could grab another piece of art if you want to do another auction, Daniel. Are you interested in that? Would you like to have another stab at it? Comment quickly here. And Canestio's doing, we got a few of these. Okay, we got one of these is going out to Canestio Valley Cichlid. We got a few. If we run out, you'll get a refund, but we're not going to run out with you. If you 12 all bought one, we're good. If you told 3 or 4 of your friends, we might run out, and then I'd have to start issuing refunds, but we're good. We're good there. Debbie Holding says, at Bird Garden, I saw something unusual to me the other day. A crow burying food in a lawn, covering it with grass and leaves. Do birds do that? Didn't stay buried for long. Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. I think the birds learn from the mammals who have stored food in my yard. Every mammal nearly has stored food in my yard that I've seen. And so I know the woodpeckers, especially out west, they've got an acorn woodpecker, pecks a little hole in a tree, goes and gets an acorn, puts it in the hole, then hammers it in. And then when he gets hungry, he goes and pulls it out. So, yeah, birds do that. Debbie, that's the first time I've heard a crow do it. crows, the corvid family, which, that's a relative of that green jay. The green jay, blue jay, raven, crow, all relatives, and they're the smartest group of songbirds, in my opinion. And arguably, we could back that up with data. So yeah, the tool using, the food hiding, food storing, not surprising that a crow would do that. I haven't seen it before. So that's neat. Thank you for sharing that. Killer Kitty says, have you seen a Tamaulipas crow in that part of Texas? No. They used to hang out. I was down there in 2003, and the crow was at the Brownsville dump. That was the place where all the birders went to get it. We did not make it to the Brownsville dump. I'll get it one day. So I go back down there, and guess what? Crow's gone. Like, there was a possible report of one at the Brownsville dump, but it was never verified. So to my knowledge, it's not there. There was also a bird I saw in 2003 called a brown jay. Speaking of crows, it was almost the size of our American crow, all brown, maybe had some white on the chest. And I saw it at a RV park. It was a known location, the RV park. Taco was the RV park manager. You go in and say, Taco, I'd like to see the bird. And he'll say, give me $10. And you give Taco $10. This was 2003. He gives you a bird list of what's been seen there recently, the Texas specialties, tells you what tree the brown jay's in that day. You drive down there and look, there's the brown jay. Brown jay hasn't been in the United States in a documented way for 5 years. So I was glad to have gotten that 17 years ago, however long it was. That was cool. Daniel Velez says he loves anything to do with space and science. Went with his brother to see the original shuttle flight many years ago. That is cool. I'll bid again on a new auction. Okay, we got 3 minutes. We're going to end this on an auction. I'm going to go over here to the grab bag and we'll pull out a piece of art, probably out of the Better Universe series, and we're going to end this on an auction. I'll be right back. Speaking of space, I offer to you Atmospherple. Atmospherple. I don't have to explain that to you space nuts, right? Atmospherple. Atmospherple, if we can get a bid. You got a bid going for us there, Daniel? Where are we going to start? We're going to $10. Nope, that was Castellanos for the grab bag. Yeah, let her rip. Let's go. Let's go. Give me a $10 auction. We got less than 2 minutes. Atmospherple, $10. Looking for a $10 bid to open things up here. There it is. Canestio says $10. We get to 15. I'll throw in an easel. We get to 15 in the next minute. I'm going to throw in a free easel. Daniel Velez, 20. I need a dollar sign in front of that 20, Daniel. Dollar sign, number bigger than 10. Looking for a dollar sign. And then a number bigger than 10. Daniel Velez trying to bid 20, I think. Needs to firm up that bid. I'm trying to get the plastic off an easel. Danielson coming in there. Dollar sign, number 20. Looking for a dollar sign. Dollar sign, number 20. 21. 20 makes no difference. Makes no difference. We're now at the easel level. We've got a free easel going with Atmospherple. Atmospherple. I may only have to ship one envelope, it looks like. Daniel Velez says, whoa. I'll get it right. Here's $25. Canestio, you took advantage of me while I wasn't here, and now you must pay. Daniel Velez with $25 in the final minutes of the live stream as we auction off Atmospherple, the 5x7 canvas board from the Betaverse series. Atmospherple. Canestio says, nice. That's not a counter bid. So I'm going to, hey, Daniel, this could be your lucky day. We are out of time. It's the 59-minute mark. I'm going to count this one out. If you want it, get your bid in right now. It takes a minute for them to go through. I can only see the last one on my screen. I'm counting down 5, 4, need a dollar sign and a number bigger than 25. if you want to unseat Daniel Velez. 3, 2, get that bid in. If I don't see it, I can't say it. 1, sold to Daniel Velez for $25. Daniel, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be able to send you Atmos Purple. If you'll check out my PayPal account, rackcross@gmail.com, select the friends and family method. That means you'll pick up a few extra cents in fees, but I'll pay the postage. So for $25, you'll get a free easel and the Atmos Purple painting. Thank you so much. That does take care of the rest of our time today. I had a blast. So good to be back. We'll be back here next week at 1 o'clock. I hope to see you then. Be sure and click the clicks on your way out. And definitely look at some of these Texas videos. We've got one on the channel right now. We've got another one coming up Saturday at 9 a.m. And in the meantime, we've got a 24/7 live feeding station right here in the bird garden for you to enjoy. I've enjoyed my time with you today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Until the next time, why don't you get out there and see some birds?